for Antonio. How'd that one feel today?
Man, I feel great. Everybody was connected with one another. Talking on defense. Everything is just going good for us. Defensively and offensively. So happy about it.
Even in the games you guys have won, you haven't really had one like this where you guys kind of get out and stretch your legs and everybody goes crazy and there's no like tense moment where you're wondering if it's going to all fall apart. Is this like the atmosphere dominating somebody like this? Is this kind of in your mind what you thought coming to Kentucky was going to be like?
Yeah, of course. It's just everybody had to figure out what their role was on the team at first, and everybody's just starting to get connected with one another and trust one another. So, you could just tell out there it's totally different, and this what what's this all about.
When did you know that everything I'm going to throw up today is going to go in?
I knew that the first three I hit, and then I had a wide open three after that. I already knew I was going to knock that one down. The day after that, I already knew every shot I put up was going to go in. So it was one of those days for me. I was just hot.
Cal said an interesting thing today about that it's important for you guys to like trust each other to be able to be risk takers. That like if I go try to make this play, that everybody behind me is actually going to be in the right place, which hasn't always happened. How have you guys arrived at that point, and how does it maybe change the way you're able to individually play?
How it changed at that point, I would say just everybody's finding one another off the court. Everybody's just going out with one another, playing a game with one another. Just certain things like that we wasn't really tied up at first to doing, but as the season went on, it started to become even more brothers, even more connected with one another. So that's what it's all about. We just started trusting each other. So,
most people talk about communication on the offensive end, but it seems like these last couple of games, you guys are really starting to kind of communicate and almost have each other's backs on the defensive end as well. Mm-hmm. Is that the case?
Yeah, it is. Just ball screen defense, guards fighting over, our screen being in the right spot off the ball screens. Just guys pulling, if the ball is on the strong side of the court, it's just everybody's just connected with one another now. And, everybody's talking too. We wasn't really doing that at first. And this guy right here, comedy. But yeah, that's what it really was.
What's the best recent
that you said you knew that when you knocked down that first shot, you knew that those shots would fall. I guess when did the confidence for you grow like that you knew that you had the capability of taking over a game? Have you always felt that, or when did it really change in your career?
No, I never always felt like that because I don't know how the game gonna go personally. But as the game goes on and you start getting those type of shots and start making them, it just changes the game for you instantly. Those things are just you just that confidence just build up sky high. It's just a different thing.
What is the best recent example you can think of that trust coming into play on defense, where one of you was able to go be really aggressive because you knew everybody was sort of going to take care of themselves behind it?
So you say what was it?
Yeah, what's an example of that? Is there a play in a game recently where you could feel that like this whole group is really connected? I mean, you guys defended pretty much from all
in the right spots, when like the ball screen started happening, somebody grows, somebody's right there. We wasn't really doing that at first, but like those guys could be able to stop the big, and then he pass and then we rotate, somebody else rotates to the opposite side, those things. All like, oh yeah, we got it now, let's keep going, leadership from Jacob and Casey, and you like just stick with the defense and you win like offense. So that's what it really was, and you just stick with it.
For a couple of
yeah, I say everybody is more so like a team complete game. It was one of those type of games where everyone was just connected, everybody was ready to go.
Did you feel like the first complete game you guys had?
I'd say we had a couple of complete games. I won't say just the first one. I'd say about the second one.
Antonio, why do you think it took so long for everybody to find their roles with this team?
Just trust came into play. Trustworthiness. Guys, off the court. Just connecting with one another, just finding one another. I think that's what it was. I think, as we was continue to do that throughout the season, the trust start to build, and the trust start to build on the court. So, it was one of those type of things.
What is looking for you for the offensive side? On the offensive side?
What has clicked for you?
Oh,
recently on the
the click. I'll say ball movement, getting wide open shots, just guys completing, executing plays. It was that type of deal. And you know, everybody just trusting one another. You know, on the offensive end, if somebody's gonna make a play, you know, he's gonna do it. You know, not, you know, always gonna mess up the play or, you know, just his selfishness and stuff. We just threw that out the window.
Someone might have already told you this, but on the game broadcast today, they nicknamed you the flamethrower.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Do you think that's accurate?
Yeah, I see it's like, you know,
You like it?
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. You know, like I said, once I throw it up, I already knew it was going in. You know, that happened a couple of times.
Antonio, when was that moment today during the game where you were like, all right, this is ours. We're running away with this thing. We got it.
I'd say like mid second half. You know, like we just completely dominated on the defensive end, and as soon as we did that, it just leads to offense. So it was one of those type deals like, oh yeah, we're gonna shut them down on defense and don't let them get anything, and then we just gonna play offense, and that's what it was. We just dominated.
I love that you brought up defense there when he asked that question, because when a team is leading by as many as 40, you get up by that many. It's not often that we talk about defense afterwards. Has that become a big part of this team's identity and what you all can sort of lean on at this point of the year, at least?
Yeah, I think so. I believe so. Our defense, like, you know, it was just terrific today. I can't even lost for words. You know, it was crazy how we were just rotating and being at the right spot the whole time. You know, and then, you know, ball screens, you know, guys just pulling, and you know, we dominated on the
Tell me, Cal was telling us afterwards, this is a game where you have to have fun. You guys look like you're having a lot of fun. Is it just more than winning, though? Is it something about the way?
I'd say like, you know, guys was just tense and uncomfortable, you know, at first. And, you know, as we keep just getting used to these games, just rolling in and we just playing with each other on the floor. You know, we just take ourselves away from that tenseness and, you know, we just start having fun out there.
Have these big crowds been a boost? Have these big crowds at home been a boost?
Yeah, it's been really. It was one time I couldn't hear nothing. Like, it was just like everybody just, you know, just yelling.
You guys have been talking about winning each day and staying in the day, in the moment. Is this getting to the point where you have to watch yourselves to not get too high off a game like this, off a run like this that you guys have been having?
I think we needed this game for real. You know, we never you know, dominated like that before, and I feel like, you know, this game could just take us, you know, to the top. You know, I don't think we need to calm ourselves down and be where we were last time. I don't believe that. So.
What was the difference there, and what does that tell you about this team? Because, I mean, you guys were up 15 in Florida 3 nights ago, and that turned into a close one. That's happened before. What does this tell you about the future?
That we're getting better. We're staying focused. Everybody's focused. You know, we have leadership out there, and everybody's just connected with one another and know what they're supposed to do on the floor.
Antonio, you already touched on the defense a little bit. Oscar's defense has been such a big talking point. And this year, just where have you seen him grow with defending the ball screens, but also overall, how have you seen him grow defensively? Thank you.
Yeah, I've seen him grow a lot. You know, we emphasize that to him like every practice. You know, the defense, like the ball screens and stuff. You have to get higher. You have to touch your guy. You know, things like that. And you know, Oscar, you know, he understands what's really going on. So, you know, with that alone, it just makes our defense even better.
Yeah, Kaysen mentioned telling him to have active hands more often. Is that something you stress to him as well? And just maybe teaching him some of the things that you do defensively as a guard that he doesn't have to do as much, but something that he can add to his game.
Yeah. High hands, just being closer to his guy, you know, as the guard come off. You know, those things that, you know, we tell them every time, you know. And, you know, high hands too, you know, that's a good thing to have because, you know, if the guard come out and try to pass, you know, Oscar's right there, so he's long.
What's it mean for you guys when Jacob Thompson is the best version of himself and getting these double-doubles like he's had lately?
Oh, when JT himself, it makes the game totally different. Like, when he's like that and we get that every night from him, it's going to be hard to do. You know, those type of things that, you know, JT just realized now that, you know, he has to, you know, stay that way as long as possible. Just be consistent. So, you know, we tell him that all the time. You know, JT, we need you out there. You know, we need you to be that leader, that senior leader, that being here. You know, already know what's going on. So, you know that.
Kind of suggested that you guys feed off of his body language.
Yeah.
But he's got a little bit of that swag. What does it do?
Oh, when he has that swag, everybody sees it. You know, everybody has the swag too. That's what it is, man. Yeah, you just said, you know, when it's just contagious.
Anthony, I wanted to ask you, so if you look at Wednesday, Florida, the Mississippi State game, and the home game against Tennessee, all three of those games you guys had leads of 15 to 20 points. All three of those teams came back and made it kind of interesting. It's like, or even Florida, which was a halftime lead. How big was it today to have such a big lead and then keep your foot on the gas and all of a sudden come back?
Oh, it's very important because, you know, if we have that type of lead against your team, they always can have a possibility to come back. But if we just keep our foot on the gas, you know, like this, and just ride it out throughout the whole year, it's very hard to beat them. You know, just those type of things where we just need to focus on, you know, film and figure out, you know, how we can stay there.
Casey's that was a big talk too, like the huddles and timeouts and all that. Was that something that one player kind of led, or was all you guys kind of collectively talking about?
Collective, you know, if something was going on, you know, we let another player know or another coach know, you know, this and that is going to know. But, you know, Casey stepped up being that point guard leader, and, you know, we need that from the team, 100%.
Seems like part of being a head coach is being a psychologist. Al was talking about how he had to strike that fine balance between lifting you guys up when you were down and also holding you accountable. Can you think of any instances where he actually held you accountable for what you're supposed to do?
Oh, yeah, it was going to be a couple times in the game, you know, defensively and offensively, he told us, you know, not in the right spot, you know, yell at us, you know, but, you know, it's those type of deals where, you know, he's just being a coach. You know, that's what coaches do, make sure their players, you know, stay focused and stay, you know, I just say focused. You know, stay.
Are you the kind of player that kind of needs to go head above? Do you need that encouragement sometimes to go down?
Yeah, of course, you know, from the team and from, you know, we just all need to, you know, be connected with one another and tell each other, you know, if we're not playing real, you know, just keep your head up or just keep playing the way, you know, your game, basically. So it was one of those type deals today that, you know, we just need to keep it.
It seems like whatever he's doing is really helping. The team is in a good place, confidence-wise. Where is the mindset right now as you're heading down to the end of the regular season?
Our mindset is just whatever we need to do to get the win, you know, do it. You know, just, you know, have your, you know, do your role. Basically, is just what it comes down to. So we already know what to do out there, and you know, we know we play hard. We know, you know, what Cal wants us to do out there, and you know, we just need to, you know, stick with it and, you know, try to get these done.
What's it feel like to play the most complete game of the season, individually, as a team, everything?
Yeah, wait, say that again.
What's it feel like to play the most complete game of the season collectively?
All feels great. You know, it just, the team felt, you know, so good out there. Like it was ridiculous. Like everybody was just playing their role and, you know, doing what they need to do. And, you know, it was just that great feeling that, you know, I never had before, and probably the other players didn't either. You know, that good game is what we needed.
What's it feel like to not just beat a team, but beat them into submission, take their spirit, take everything from them?
Yeah, man. I know it was just that type of game today. It was just, you know, we just focused on what we needed to do out there and, you know, just give it all we got. And, you know, they're a great team too. I want to say, you know, we just take their soul out of it because Auburn is a great team, but we just had the better days.
What's it feel like now compared to like 2 weeks ago when people are looking around going, man, what are we thinking about? What's going on? And now it just feels like all systems go.
You know, just team needs to just stay in the locker room. I don't believe, you know, I don't really look at those things, those comments or anything like that on social media where, you know, people are saying where the season is going, you know. I don't believe in that stuff. If we know that we're a good team, that's all that really matters.
That felt pretty good, just being out there in front of 20